This is a sports catastrophe production. Hey there, Heather Holder. It's Jeff Cutter welcoming you to another sports catastrophe on this day. And on this day, October 9th, 1958, the New York Yankees did something very shocking. They became the first team since 1925 to come back from 3-1 down in the World Series and win it. The 1925 Pittsburgh Pirates, when they did it to Washington, that was the only other time that it happened up to this time. So the 1958 World Series had the New York Yankees take on the Milwaukee Braves. Well, this was 8 years before they moved to Atlanta. So anyway, the Yankees and Braves met in the 1957 World Series, which Milwaukee shockingly took down the Yankees. So it was just rough and tumble and all that. In fact, this is the last time the World Series, the 58 World Series, this was the last time that the previous two champions met. And that was the Yankees were the 56 champions and the Braves the 57 champions. So anyway, the Yankees win in 7. So anyway, New York had a weird background. The state of New York only had one team instead of 3. The Giants and Dodgers, that was the year they moved to San Fran in Los Angeles. Milwaukee and the Yankees both coasted to their league championship. And it happened. So the Yankees and Braves were all rested up for this matchup. In Game 1, Whitey Ford would take on Warren Spahn. And Milwaukee ended up winning in the 10th inning. Hank Aaron struck out. And then Joe Adcock hit a single. After Covington was out, Wes Covington, Doug Crandall singled up the middle, getting Adcock to second. And then Bill Bruden came in, hit a single to score Adcock with a game-winning run. So 1-0 in the series for the Braves. The Braves would get another big win as Lou Burdette crushed Bob Turley as the Braves won 13-5. So it looked pretty good. The Braves were going into Yankee Stadium up 2-0. Fortunately for Yankee fans, they did win Game 3. Stan Larson took care of Bob Rush with Brian Durnan, one of the inspirations for Ricky Vaughn in Major League, getting the save. Yankees were out hit 6-4, but they scored when they needed to. Hank Bauer got 4 RBIs, all 4 of them. He singled in Norm Siebert and Gil Madrigal in the 5th, and then hit a 2-run homer in the left field stands. So it worked quite well. Game 4, the Yankees went back with Whitey Ford trying to take care of Warren Spahn, but Spahn did it again. He was at his much-needed best, only holding the Yankees to 2 hits. Unfortunately, one of the big mistakes was when Norm Seaburn, played left field, and he lost 2 balls in the sun. So it looked good for Milwaukee. All they had to do was win Game 5 the next day, on October the 6th. But the Yankees with Bob Turley crushed Lou Burdette, 7-0 Yankees, giving up only 5 hits for the Yankees. So the Yankees put up 6 runs in the 6th inning to win the game 7-0. In Game 6, so the Yankees and Braves went 2 extra innings. Milwaukee was panicking. They decided to go with Warren Spahn for Game 6, instead of resting him for Game 7 if necessary. So Ford withered in the bottom of the second, making it 2-1. Milwaukee looked good, but the Yankees tied the score on a mistake by the Braves defense. Bruden played center for Pafko, and Bruden would fumble a ball by hit by Elston Howard, making Mantle go to third base, and then a sac fly by Yogi Berra tied the game at 2. Spahn still pitched through the 10th inning. Gil McDougall would hit a home run over Spahn's head and over the left field fence to make it 3-2. Hank Bauer nearly went back-to-back, but he failed. After Mantle grounded out, Elston Howard and Yogi Berra hit singles. And then Moose Gudrun hit an RBI single to make it 4-2. The Braves were trying their best. Hank Aaron singled to left to make it 4-3. And the Braves looked like they were tying the game. Joe Adcock singled, getting Aaron to third. Bob Turley came in for Ryan Durnan and would get pinch hitter Frank Torrey to line out to Gil McDougall at second base to end the game, Game 7, which was today, October 9th, 1958. Bob Turley and Lou Burdett were the things, but Casey Stengel decided to go with Don Larson to start Game 7. It only went through 2 1/3 innings. Lou Burdett would pitch. The Yankees would score. The Braves would score a run as Wes Covington had an RBI groundout. The Yankees would come back. And Moose Gudrun got it at force out, but the run went scored. And then Tony Kubek would hit a sac fly to make it 2-1. After 2 quick singles, Don Larson was replaced by Bob Turley and pitched superb the rest of the way, despite the fact that he had pitched 3 games in the series already. Anyway, Del Crandall did hit a home run in the bottom of the 6th to tie the game at 2, and it looked good. However, the Yankees in the 8th inning would not be denied. Lou Burdett had 2 outs, and it looked good for him to get out of the inning. But Yogi Berra hit a double. Elston Howard hit a single to center, scoring run to make it 3-2. Then Andy Carey would single off of Eddie Matthews' glove. Then Bill Scudrin hit the 3-run home run to left center to make it 6-2. And the Yankees were the world champions for the 18th time. Hank Bauer was a hero. 4 home runs, 8 RBIs in that series. Bob Turley became the first relief pitcher to be named World Series MVP. He went 2-1 with a save. So his pitching performance was amazing. I mean, Bob Turley started a few games, and then he came in relief. He could have been really tired. Anyway, Eddie Matthews would actually whiff 11 times in the 7-game series, which was a World Series record, until Willie Wilson did it 12 times. He struck out. The Braves would strike out 56 times in the 7-game series, which is an average of 9 per game, a new World Series record. Del Crandall also struck out double digits, like Eddie Matthews. Casey Stengel would be happy because this was his 7th World Championship, which would tie him with Joe McCarthy for the most World Series won. So it would be huge. Unfortunately for Stengel and the Yankees, that would be the last. Stengel's last as manager. 59, they faltered to the White Sox. 1960, he was manager, but the Pirates won on Bill Mazeroski's home run, and then Stengel was replaced. And Whitey Ford and the 61 Yankees won the World Series. So, anyway, it was amazing. The Yankees became the second team to come back from 3-1 down in a World Series. Pittsburgh did in 1925 against Washington. And after that, you had 1968 when the Tigers were down 3-1 to the Cardinals and somehow won that series in 7. 1979 when the Pirates did it to the Baltimore Orioles. 1985 when the Royals did it to the Cardinals. And 2016 when the Cubs did it to the Tribe. So, yeah, it's amazing. When you come back from 3-1 down in a World Series, you got to be happy with it. And that's the way I feel about that, too. Anyway, I'm Jeff Diamond.